All right, welcome back to the Oi Boys podcast. Oi!
Oi! Oi! Oi!
Welcome back. Hey, it's episode 4. Boys, we're here. Episode 4. Come
4.
on.
Flies
That's amazing. I'm excited. It's
Time
just getting
flies when you're
better
having fun.
and
That's right.
better. Amen.
That's right.
And we got another awesome episode coming up, man. I'm excited about this one. This one's going to be good. It's going to be really
Looking forward
good
to
one.
it. Good stuff.
So,
Good stuff.
Come on. So first up is Ben. Hit us with the news, baby.
What do you got, Ben? What do you got, Ben?
So, a new addition to the MCU.
Oh.
Someone we're all familiar with.
Ooh.
Wow.
Stephen Yeun
Steven
Uh-huh.
Yeun.
from Invincible, The Walking
Steven.
Dead. Sorry
Yes.
to bother you. You know,
Yes.
great.
Invincible.
Yes.
Kind of
He's been. And what do you guys remember that movie he was in that was up for like a Best Picture or Best Director? It was really recent.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was something recently that he was in. It was really, and I know that it was regarded as really, really good. So he's on fire right now.
He's a beast.
I think I saw that who he was going to be cast as. Did you guys see who the character was?
I did not know. I knew Dr. Ross, or
Sarah-
Sergeant Ross is gone.
Sarah, look that up real quick. Stephen Yeun, MCU.
Steven.
Trying to remember. I got the producer looking it up right now. I'm trying to remember what role he has, but from what I heard, it's a big role in the MCU. So it's going to be one of the bigger characters, and he's great. So I'm glad they're able to figure out a way to bring him in.
Yeah,
Let's
he's a
go,
good. I
man.
like him. He really pulls you in on the screen, and he's
It's a
supposed to
good
be
addition.
like you mentioned, a huge part of the future.
And you know what I like? I really like that they're getting actors that aren't in their 40s and 50s. I feel like that's one thing you see so often. It's all these guys that are like, should they be like just joining this huge universe with multiple
Oh my
movies? I mean,
gosh.
how are they gonna look by the third movie? You know, I feel like they do that so often. But
Get 'em
I
in their
love,
prime.
yeah, I love when they get these guys that are actually in their 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. So we can
Yeah.
actually have them for a while. You know,
I want
it
them
makes
to
more
recast.
sense.
I want them to recast Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto.
Oh. Yeah, he's up there.
He's in his prime. You got to get him in there now.
His
Yeah.
prime. His prime never ends.
Sarah,
Sarah got it.
this is crazy. That's the movie he's gonna. She's like,
So
she's like
maybe it's not.
Thunderbolts?
It might not be confirmed. I just know.
I
that-
heard. Maybe it
Is
was
he
about.
even-
I know people were talking about the role he was gonna get.
Are they redoing Sergeant Ross or Commander Ross?
Yes.
is he gonna be
I
the
think
new
it's
one?
Harrison Ford,
Oh, you're right.
I think Harrison
definitely
Ford is
saw
the
that.
little Ross
that's
now.
right.
aka Red Hulk, aka Hulk with a mustache. So I'm very excited
Dang.
about that.
Harrison Ford, come on. Love it.
Let's see.
That's awesome.
Oh, there it is, right there. Sarah found it. Yes, Sentry. I don't know much about
Sentry.
Sentry, but you can look him up and see. He looks pretty godly. He looks like he can mess some stuff up. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool to see.
I'm excited.
Yes, Sarah's
All right,
like,
and
is
then
that
outside of-
Glenn? Yes, it's Glenn.
Outside of him joining the ever growing MCU,
Yeah.
we have another franchise that's growing in a way we didn't
Hello.
expect or see coming.
There's more franchises besides the MCU.
I know, it's crazy as that seems.
What?
Yeah, you might not remember it. It was
Uh-huh.
so long ago. Lord of the Rings was a thing.
Hello.
Remember those Peter King movies?
Is that the one in space?
Peter Jackson. Peter
that's-
Jackson, the GOAT.
That's Star Wars.
Oh, see,
Oh my gosh.
I only know two franchises. I know Star Wars. I know MCU. That's it.
But Lord of the Rings is actually going in the Star Wars order where they made the originals, the prequels, and now they're making sequels
Wow.
in that order. And so now
That's
there's going to
wild.
be another. I don't know if it's confirmed for a trilogy or if it's just another movie.
I feel like I saw this somewhere, but again, who knows? I mean, it's we're talking about news being spread on
Yeah.
Twitter, so who knows what the truth is? But
Yeah.
I know Javi is a big Lord of the Rings guy. So
Yeah, I know. Some
Javi, how do you
people-
feel about that?
Some people might be a little worried, because Lord of the Rings, at least the first 3 movies, are so perfect. I mean, I would say
They are
the
perfect.
greatest trilogy of all time.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
100%.
Those first
Yeah.
3 incredible movies. They're all like 10 out of 10s. Most
Yeah.
trilogies you'll have like a 10, an 8, a 9, or
No.
a 10, 7, 6. Like it's always. But the
Yeah.
original 3 Lord of the Rings movies are incredible. The Hobbit movies. I don't know how you guys feel about them. Some of
I
them
like
are.
them.
Some of them are good. I enjoy
think,
them.
I think they're good. I do
Yeah.
like the Hobbit movies. Yeah.
I enjoy them. They're not obviously not as perfect as the original 3, but I mean I love the Lord of the Rings universe. So anything
Oh,
Lord
yeah.
of the Rings that we're gonna get, I'm pretty hyped about. The show, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that show's really really good. So Anything Lord of the Rings, I'm hyped. I'm excited. I hope they do a good job. You know, it's a very very big cult following.
Sure.
You know, like Lord of the Rings has. So if they mess it up, they will be known. It will be known.
All 3 movies in the top 10 IMDb scores, or is it like top
something
12?
like that.
I know one of them is. I know if I'm trying to think of the last one.
I know 2 of them.
I wouldn't
in
be
the top
surprised.
10,
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
sure.
I mean, I know they are really that movie.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah, it's
They
that
really
trilogy.
are.
It's that.
I mean,
trilogy, for
imagine
sure.
just think a little perception. There's 2 in the top 10, so there are 2 in the top 10. The third one's somewhere in the top 20.
You know, it's
Yeah,
like the meme. You know, it's like you're not that guy, pal. They are that guy. Lord of the Rings. Those first 3 are that guy because they are.
Well, yeah, that's
just,
the thing. Is there's
great.
so many movies, and for one film franchise, originally they were the
it's
only
crazy.
movies in their franchise, and they're all in the top 15.
That doesn't happen. That does not happen,
Incredible.
man.
So
I believe
rewatchable.
I got word
Love
that the other one is number 14. 13.
Wow.
13. Wow,
So 3 in the
Seth.
top 13.
Producer, quick.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It's that trilogy.
Now, outside this, we'll get on a little bit of a lighthearted subject for most people. For me, I'm kind of upset about it.
It's not lighthearted at all, Ben.
It's serious.
This is serious.
Okay, I'm glad you feel the same way as me, because the song Barbie Girl will not be in the movie.
How could they? How dare
How
they?
could they? And the reason is because Mattel, the toy company, I mean, I'm assuming this is the reason. This is not factual. This is just my opinion from observing everything. Is the artist Aqua got sued by them because she was
Wow.
defaming their company and their brand and their toys, and now they're making a movie and they're not gonna have this song. And I'm like, I feel like it's gonna miss it. Like whenever that movie's done, I feel like it's gonna miss that song.
What a disservice to the fans. They need to just shut down all movie production companies
So you get the rights.
until you fix this atrocity. It is not right. How do you have this movie come out being that I think they're going to kind of play into kind of the you know, the funniness of it, the fact that it's like this serious or
Yeah.
more serious movie about this toy. I think they're going to kind
Yeah.
of play into that, and you're not going to have the song at least like in the credits for a few
That's
seconds.
crazy.
It needs to be at some
Insane.
point. You need at least a
Insane.
clip.
Iconic.
Let's get Aqua paid.
Yep.
Okay. We need to
Yeah, come on.
rally together
Come
and
on,
get
man.
Aqua the money.
Oh,
It's hard to
nuts.
imagine that movie without the song. They just
That-
they go together, you know. So whatever.
I mean,
we'll
when
see,
you
man.
when you look at a Barbie, I feel like the first thing that pops in my head is the chorus.
Oh, all the time. Yeah, all the
You
time.
know, when my sisters had
Sing
a
it,
toy
Ben. Can you
Barbie.
sing it?
I can't sing it. I'll
He just came down with a cold right now. He
had-
can't do it. Yeah, he can't do it. Yeah, it just hit him.
There's some pollen in this room.
Just
It's
hit
crazy.
him. Yeah.
But you know, on to other things. The main course of this episode, if you would take over, Robert,
All
Come
right.
on.
get us started. We're a little late. Shout out
Listen,
Javi.
listen.
Shout out.
It's time. We're ready to talk
Time.
about this dang movie that came out a week and a half
What,
ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks
weeks
ago.
ago. It's
weeks
time.
ago?
We
2
have
weeks
all
ago to this day.
we have all 3 seen it.
Yes,
So now we can
have.
talk about it properly.
Yes.
So first, I want to say, I think I was thinking about the movie back and forth, kind of seeing what my thoughts on it were, what my review, my score on it. I think right now I'm at a 6.5 out of
Okay.
10 right now on it. I was a little higher when I first saw it, but after thinking about it, you know, reflecting back, that's where I'm at now.
Wow.
I was curious to see where you guys have it rated.
Wow, I think I have the opposite effect.
Okay. Oh, really?
Wow,
So yours
yours went down. I think mine went from a 7 to
you've
an 8.
grown to appreciate
Wow.
it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Very
That's
nice.
8.
Okay.
Well,
That's
just
good.
because I think
That
it's
was good.
partially. What about you, Javi? What do you think about it? You just saw it. Your take is
Yeah.
fresher than ours.
You know, honestly, I expected it to be a little worse.
Oh, okay. That's all. That's
Everybody
great.
on TikTok, everybody on YouTube was just like, "Oh, this trash, this blah, this that." But not to get too into, I'll get more into
Yeah.
my thoughts. But I give it a 7. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that is why my score went up. Because
Why?
I just
Did
think
you
it is
enjoy it?
ridiculous. Well, because I
Oh,
watched.
okay. I was like, what are you talking
I
about?
think it's ridiculous as to why this movie is getting so destroyed.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes is out of their mind
Yeah.
giving
Oh my
it that low of a
gosh.
score.
Well, you know
so
how
lower
many
than
other
Love and
models?
Thunder.
You know how Rotten Tomatoes works, right?
Well, people vote on it.
Yeah, it's
But
just
the
like
audience score is like
it's like
80%.
yeah, the audience score is good. The issue is
Yeah.
they have way too many critic reviewers that go in there, and I think they need to like vet these people better because it's crazy how much of a difference you see between audience, and it can be both ways.
Yeah.
You know, from the audience to the critic score is crazy.
And so
Yeah,
it
what-
just it was overhated for no reason.
Yeah.
think it's just
I
because
agree.
I think the Marvel fatigue is finally catching up to most people, and so they just wanted to take their anger out on a movie, and this was the newest one.
It's going to become more and more popular to, where it's like the fun thing is, oh, let's hate on this, oh, hey, this is the meme right now. We're going to, we're going to not watch this now. Oh, this is crap now. Yeah.
That's how it's been the last 3-4 movies. I feel like people honestly, some people hope that it's bad because they want to trash it. They want to talk bad about it. They want to make video essays on YouTube. They want to make little reaction videos, and they love. It's like if popular, like you said, to just hate on Marvel movies nowadays. And I'm not for it. I love Marvel. I mean, they have made some of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Some of my favorite characters, storylines.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, I hate when people just love to trash it because that movie was not, at least in my opinion, was not this piece of garbage trash movie. I enjoyed it. No,
and give hate when it's due.
Sure.
If a movie's due, like Love and Thunder, we can make fun of. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Love and Thunder knew what it was. They knew it was a comedy. That's why it was an hour and a half long. But like, it was I don't know. It was different. But like, I feel like this movie is the most rewatchable one out of the last like 4 or 5
Honestly, I think I'd agree with that. I know I liked it better than Multiverse of Madness, and I liked it better than, of course, Thor: Love and Thunder.
And that's what I walked out of the theater.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was really good.
I think
I'd rather watch this one just because it's 2 hours short. It's 2 hours long, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is a very long movie, and I liked it a lot. It was great.
I might have had more fun watching this. Yeah, I might have had
this one's more fun.
It's more fun. It's a more, and that's what they're going for. You know what you're getting into it, but
Wakanda Forever was an emotional movie.
Little
it was
more,
very well made.
Serious,
it was a much better movie than Ant-Man. I'm not saying it's not as good, but I just think
better script, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's more of a commitment though, rather than just going and watch. Hey, let me go watch Ant-Man goof around for a couple hours. Oh shoot, I'm in the the quantum realm.
But I think now, so that was we didn't say at the beginning, but that was our spoiler-free part. So now we'll kind of get into the spoilers now.
Yes.
The couple of things that I want to talk about, I'm sure you guys do too. So if you bear with me, I think we kind of have where we're doing we can kind of hit the stuff that we like first, so we didn't like, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about that are kind of broader picture, big picture kind of stuff. So I'll kind of start it off just with the things that I liked with it. I think the visuals were they're kind of crapped on by people again, just kind of the popular thing. I think people really like to love whenever they get a chance to this is popular, make fun of now. Let's crap on this. But I couldn't have asked for better. I'm sure there's always little moments that are kind of little sketchy and that looks kind of weird. But I thought the visuals overall were very, very well done. Yeah. I think things like MODOK. I am a MODOK defender. Just talking about visuals right now. I can understand the talks about everything else, but just in terms of visuals, I don't know what else.
I'm not a dick.
I laughed at that part.
I don't know what people were expecting because look in the comics. People complain about things not being comic book accurate.
His mask made him.
That is accurate. Yeah, that is as accurate as possible. He's supposed to look goofy. He's not. I don't understand how they wanted it to look or come out. I can understand everything else about his character arc and his story fine, but just the looks. The people were really crapping on that, but I thought there was no issues there. But I thought the visuals were honestly really, really good. I can talk for a while about the things that I like, but what are some of the things that you guys kind of liked about it?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of what Robert said. I loved the world that they created. Obviously, this is our first movie. Pretty much all of it is basically in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
And I liked seeing all these different crazy looking aliens and all these buildings that move and all these different spaceships and species and plant life. I thought it was a really cool world that they created. And people love to trash CGI. I don't even know if people know what good CGI is. They just CGI was bad.
Yeah.
But
I do think part of the reason people hate Marvel CGI is because Marvel in the past has been atrocious to designers and different
which I do still hear, and I will say that's one thing to keep in mind, that I guess the hours that these studios work sometimes
for the money they make apparently
insane, and the deadlines are crazy. They'll work 80-hour weeks just to finish something by a deadline. So I know that's something that you gotta, I got a lot of respect for the visual effects artists out there because I know that that's a really demanding and stressful job.
And so I know that like they can't keep VFX artists on payroll because they do a movie and they're like, I'm never working here again. I gotta leave. And so that might be why people crap on it, is because they feel like the moral
changes,
the moral compass to like, I need to stand against this, which I don't disagree with necessarily. Because Disney's a powerhouse, no matter what, just get it done.
Sure.
But continue. Sorry.
No, but but I thought the visuals were fine. Speaking of aliens and the world they built, I mean, my favorite alien or creature or whatever that we saw, it might be the same for you guys, was that Jello looking character.
Veb.
Ben, is that his name?
Veb.
Good job.
Veb. I swear I never heard his name in the movie. I was like waiting for them to say it, but
I thought they said Blob. But so
it's Veb. V-E-B.
The cast came up as Veb. VEB. Yeah.
Okay. Veb was so funny. He's like, "Hey, do you want some more ooze? How many holes? How many holes do you have?" And then when he finally got some holes, he's like, just like suck some guys in. Yeah. I was every time that guy was on screen, like he was running into battle, running into battle. Like every time he was on screen, I mean, he was really funny. But yeah, the visuals and aliens, I love the world they created. You can go ahead, Ben, share something you'd like to.
Well, I agree. I think this is what Love and Thunder should have been. Like they did a lot of jokes in this movie. Do not get me wrong. It was a comedy again. Yeah. But I think this one, like a lot more of the jokes hit. Yeah. And the timing was better.
Yes. I will agree with you on that, Ben. The humor in this movie, for the most part, the jokes hit, and I was laughing a lot.
I was laughing a lot.
Thor: Love and Thunder for me was the jokes and the humor was just more cringe on the cringe side, and I wasn't even laughing at most of the jokes. So
and it was and it was just to. It was. I'm trying to think. I think the word is to the dismay of. I could be saying that wrong, but it hurt Thor's character. All that comedy came at the price of hurting, to an extent, his character arc and just his character as a whole, because they made him stupid. They made him just not care about stuff. So it's stuff like that. But no, I agree. Just the comedy in this was a lot better executed. Of course, you can think a lot of that to Paul Rudd.
Yeah, shout out Paul
Rudd.
He's always just the comical relief.
Yeah, he's always at his best with this. I feel like. Of course, I was very worried going into this because I was wondering, like, coming off the back of Love and Thunder, is this going to have the same effect? Is it going to be similar? But they did a good job where it was a lot more balanced. And the reason why I'm a little lower than you guys, I still think there are some times when you hear jokes and you're like, you just kind of, it's like,
there were a couple.
Because my whole, and I could be in the minority with this stuff, but my whole thing is, this is pretty serious stuff we're dealing with here. Can you take it seriously? Like this is possible. Like you could die. For a second, act like you're not in a movie, and at the positive, you're a real creature or person. You could die here. So maybe let's hold off one or two of the jokes for a second. So that's always one thing that kind of gets to me. But it was a lot more balanced than Love and Thunder for sure.
I want you to take a second and think.
Okay, thinking.
Myself.
Okay.
I'm in a situation where I'm about to die. If you don't think my last word is gonna be something dumb as heck,
something sarcastic,
get a laugh. I'm about to be murdered. I'm gonna roast the dude doing it. It's gonna be something. There will be a line.
Up a good point.
And you're gonna be like, "What is this guy in an MCU movie?"
That's actually a good point, because a lot of these characters are really charismatic and they have like a big sense of humor. So it kind of does make sense if they're making a joke in some crazy emotional scenario.
And I could be, and like I said, I could be in the minority. So I could totally see that point too. Yeah.
But I definitely laughed at the MODOK joke scenes in the end, but I kind of thought they were like a little bit like, I feel like that was where I was like, okay, you're going too far. You're like, it's too much.
it's just when they repeat it, he says like, oh, just don't be a dick. But I'm such a dick. I will say that I will say, people say stuff. I thought that line was perfect. I'm such a dick. I thought that was so well done.
Delivery,
but it's good. Like they just kind of kept going like a little too long, with Cassie. And one person that made a good point there. And again, this is where you're really getting like to the status of like being an annoying movie watcher, which I I can identify that I know I can be like that sometimes, just be like an annoying movie watcher. But I saw one person point out where they're saying that it almost looks like, which of course a lot of times these actors are recording in different studios. They're not even in the recording the same day. Yeah. It can be weeks apart from when they're recording. So there was sometimes we can tell, like you can almost feel like their dialogue doesn't seem super smooth, almost like they're not talking to each other, you know. So I did feel that a little bit in that scene, because it's like almost like they were like in different movies at that point. But again, it's something that was too bad. It was just a lot more balanced with it. But that line was one of the lines that stuck out to me, you know. So like
I'm an Avenger.
Yeah. Yes. See,
oh god,
I'm a MODOK defender, man.
Yeah, you are. You sure are, bud.
I get it.
Ant-Man's like, yeah, you are.
All right, but you know, honestly, I feel like we have committed a sin.
Okay, what?
The fact that we've talked for like 10 minutes and we have not mentioned Jonathan Majors' fantastic job playing Kang.
If you didn't think I was getting to that,
I was kind of like waiting for someone.
I was about to sing his praise. Go ahead, Javi.
Let's stay on MODOK for a sec. I just want to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like MODOK. Like obviously he's a goofy looking character. And I told you this like a week ago, Robert. If there's any character that they can stray away from the comics and I would be fine with it, it'd probably be a MODOK. Yeah. A lot of people are like, oh, stick to the comics. Like they love when that happens. Yeah. But MODOK, like, obviously in this movie he was just like humor and he's just a funny, goofy, like dumb guy. Oh, I'm a dick, blah blah. So like, and the comics he's like
MODOK
this genius,
fans everywhere are cringing right now.
So and the comics he's this genius, like killing machine, and he like fights all these Avengers in the comics. He defeats Avengers in the comics. So like, to see this goofy side, like it was funny and stuff, but you know, I would have been fine if they changed his look and it would have just been like a regular looking guy. But you know, they stuck to it, but then they changed like his whole personality and his whole arc. I mean, he's not Darren, you know, in the comics. They made that canon for the MCU.
For that, yeah.
But so I thought it was a funny, goofy character. I thought they could have strayed away from the comic accurate look and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall,
well,
I thought
overall, MODOK was funny. You know, it was okay.
I thought they had the mask was the comic looking look. The comic accurate look. Whenever his mask was down, he was fighting. Yeah. That was what MODOK looked like. And so they gave the fans what they should have wanted. Yeah. They just, you know, it was a mask. I mean, and it came off, and it's, hey guys, I'm Darren. You know.
Yeah. If they wanted to go a more serious route, they could have just like imagine that mask on like an Iron Man suit, like a regular looking person. Like that would have been like a cool, menacing looking character. But they went a comedy route.
They could have made it work. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't need to see his ass, but
yeah,
I can live with it.
That was the only thing spoiled for me.
I did.
Was seeing that. I needed to see that.
I was wondering the whole movie, what's his ass look like? So hey, you know what? That's just some good fan service right there. Man. They answered that question.
Yeah, it's cheeked up.
Yeah.
He was, man. He was, bro.
Double cheeked up. Hella ass.
Thicker than a Snicker bar. So good.
Yeah.
We could talk about Kang.
Oh, but man, go ahead, Ben.
When you guys started talking about what you liked about the movie, you went like, you know, in detail about different things. I was like, no one said anything about Kang, so I guess
it was coming.
I guess I won't say something.
Go ahead,
about
start
Kang.
I have a list of more, but go ahead.
Yeah, start it.
Oh my gosh, the way that they established him.
Yeah.
Okay, like I feel like it was very Harry Potter like, where don't say his name. Oh my God, no, we can't say no.
Yeah.
It's him. It's the Conqueror. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then they finally, like, 45 minutes into the movie were like, Kang. Really. And I was like, that was so good. I think that was executed very well. Yeah. I loved it. They made you fear him.
Yeah, they set him up. Yeah.
They set him up and they built him up and you were afraid. Now, I will say, I mean, since we're already into the spoilers, the ending makes me very upset. Because he's supposed to be this king of the world bad guy, and they built him up, and people they were afraid. Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, Ant-Man can kill you by himself."
Yep.
Like, he got beat up by some ants. He literally got beat up by ants.
Ants, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp officially get him theoretically dead. I mean, technically that's not confirmed, but even if he was, even if he's just one of a cajillion, you know, I want one king to be scarier than Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. At least
Ant-Man and the Wasp, bare minimum.
That,
I love Ant-Man. He's hilarious, but
yeah.
I think they even talk about it in the movie. He's not a superhero, really. He's a dude that can get big and small.
Yeah.
He's got no superpowers other than that. And
there's a suit. Yeah.
I'm with you, Ben. I thought, I kind of expected the next Thanos level threat, But I mean, to see him get beat up by a bunch of ants that got all over him, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp was 2v1 Kang. Obviously ridiculous. In the Kang Dynasty, I believe it's gonna be multiple Kangs against the Avengers. Since it's called the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, he died, not really, So people are saying he went into that, probability storm, and once he gets out, at least on New Rockstars, they were talking about once he gets out of that and he figures out, how to combine all of his other probabilities together, that he should be more powerful and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's not the last we see of Kang the Conqueror.
No.
But yeah, Jonathan Majors was great. I thought he acted great. I thought it was really good. The only part I was a little disappointed at his power level.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they had a chance to make him as OP as he seemed like he was going to be, and they kind of were like, we're just gonna show you 1,000 of them. Yeah. You're gonna need 1,000 Ant-Man and the Wasps to kill all these guys.
So does 1,000 Kang equal one Thanos? Is that what
I'd rather see one Kang equal one Thanos.
Exactly, 100%.
But then you got to think about it. If they're gonna do that, then why not bring Thanos back? You know what I mean? It's almost like just to switch it up, do something a little different. Instead of having just one big bad, have it where it's a bigger threat in the extent where if you kill one comes back.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to.
Again, it's very early. It's a good point. Who knows? It's very early. So who knows? But that's at least I'm gonna give him a little bit benefit of the doubt just to see. I'll see where they go with it.
For sure, very early.
But yeah, because I feel like I don't think they can ever copy what they did with Thanos. Thanos was so organic. It was so well done. Years of building. So I feel like surely they can't be thinking, let's just do another Thanos. They gotta be thinking something a little different, which of course you can tell with the Kang Dynasty and Secret War, they're going in that direction. It's gonna be a little different, but I wonder if they're just kind of setting it up, and I wonder if they're trying to make us kind of lull into, like at the end of the movie, a sense of safety, a sense of they can take care of it, no problem. It's only he's nowhere near Thanos, so.
Well, I mean, I guess I agree to an extent, maybe just one Kang and one Thanos, but I do. If there's gonna be 1,000 Kangs, I'd rather 1,000 Kangs be better than 1,000 Thanoses. I'd like the threat to be bigger. I don't like the idea that just these two C level Avengers can take out one Kang.
I agree.
That's my problem, I guess.
Yeah, and I think there will be multiple Kangs.
And I really, really think that they're setting it up that way on purpose, where they want us to think that this isn't going to be that big of a deal, because I'm sure we'll see this one again. And again, we haven't, we saw kind of the three main Kangs that were there, and I forget which one's which. But King Tut, Emodius.
Yes,
something like that. Is that one of the names? And the other one.
Prime Kang is.
Well, I don't know if that was Prime Kang. I think we haven't seen Prime Kang yet, because Prime Kang in the comics, and again, my comic book knowledge is not super deep, but Prime Kang, he kills all the other Kangs and becomes one, I think. So that could be something leading up to as well. What if it's something where it becomes Prime Kang, and again, that kind of goes against what I was saying about making another Thanos, but who knows what they have planned. But we can kind of take that and segue into. Really, we don't need to go into too depth of stuff if we didn't like, but we can kind of talk about kind of big picture stuff, if that's cool with you guys, because a couple things I wanted to touch on in there. So the biggest thing being just how that movie ended. And if you guys, I know Javi, you watch New Rockstars. Ben, if you don't, I'll send a link to check out, because it's really good. So shout out Aaron Voss, all the guys.
Eric Voss, is it Eric?
Is it?
I think so. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Man, I hope I'm not getting it wrong.
But
shout out to all the guys and girls at New Rockstars, because they always put out such good content, and multiple times a day sometimes. Really good in-depth stuff. And one of the things that they kind of touched on was in how that episode, how just ignore the dog barking, how the movie ended, where it almost seemed like it was too good to be true. And again, Scott Lang kind of played into that where he's like,
yeah,
wait, did we get him?
Oh, there's actually
is he down there
on that whole walk from
Ben. Okay, so you saw what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm about to say. Yes,
on the whole walk, he just kept seeing purple and green.
Yeah, purple and green.
Ben, yes, okay, yes, okay. So you know what I'm talking about. So in that, one of the things you see as he's walking back in a very, very similar way to how the movie opened. He's seeing, like Ben said, a lot of people dressed in purple and green, Kang's
and the
colors.
balloons and his cake.
The balloons are happening. That's great. And there's also a little like a graffiti on the wall of Ant-Man's helmet with a little heart around it.
Yeah.
Now, whenever we've seen that in the MCU, that's typically going towards someone that died. We saw a mural of Iron Man. We saw a mural of Chadwick Boseman, showing that. Like this, like it's a memorial, so they died. So that's just kind of weird. A week after when he first walked down that street, all of a sudden you have an Ant-Man graffiti on the wall with a heart around it.
He paid full for his coffee, and he forgot he had to
pay for his coffee. So, and this is kind of leading to the point where, as he's going down the street, this one person recognizes him. And after he recognizes him, and after I saw this playback, I got goosebumps because I'm like, oh crap, how did I miss this? As the person recognizes him and Scott Lang is walking away, that person turns around with like a look of like disbelief, but not like a look of disbelief where you just saw someone that's famous. A look of disbelief that you saw someone that should be dead.
Whoa.
So, and just going down the street, and then he started having like the existential crisis, thinking, "Wait, did we really beat him? Is he still down there? Like we took care of it, right?"
Yeah, we're
and he's
good.
like, "Oh yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine." And then he keeps walking, and then and again, it's just how it ended was like so with how everything's been hyped up with Kang. The way this movie ended was almost eerily, like
terrifying.
Just a tidy little bow on top of a gift. I don't know. So it was a little too convenient how it ended with everything like that, and then all those other signs that you start to see lead me to believe. And again, when I say me, this is me agreeing with the theory that I saw. It was showing that there could have been a couple different things. Is he stuck in a time loop? Has He Who Remains? Is he kind of playing a role with this where he has Scott and whoever else in this time loop? Maybe it's starting to crack a little bit where you're seeing these other people start to kind of malfunction. Have you guys seen Rick and Morty?
First season. I've seen the first season.
I bring up Rick and Morty, and we'll have Javi, our editor, put a clip of Rick and Morty from this scene. But there's a part where they go into this basically world that's just all fabricated. It's all just on this playback loop, and they're all in there. They think it's real, but it's not. It's essentially just a big VR set without the VR. So they're in this world where everything looks real, but it starts to glitch out a little bit. So maybe it isn't real. They start to get onto what's going on. So I could see that being very, very real of what we're dealing with here.
Wow.
And you could have it where Scott and Hope did not make it out. Kang made it out. They're in this little just time loop, keeping them away from everything.
Me feel so much better.
And that's the thing. I'm at a 6.5 right now with this movie. But if this ends up coming true, this will bump it up to like a 7.5 for me because just how it ended, setting up everything else. So I'm praying that's what it is, because I remember this had like an alternate ending with Kang winning. I read about that somewhere, or I think Sarah might have shown that to me. So this is something that's been out there. It's not just like random. Like, this is something that's been out there. Like, hey, what if Kang won? What if they died? What if they got stuck there? So it's crazy. They can go a lot of different ways with it, and it's really, really cool. Again, I recommend watching that video. I'll link it in the description so you can see it. But it's a really, really good watch. It makes you rethink the whole movie.
I've seen a few new Rockstars videos, but I haven't seen that one. But that would be really cool if they made a movie, and then like you didn't get the full story or the precise closure, until like, I don't know, later on, months down the road, a year down the road from another movie that you find out. That'd be wild. That'd be cool. Go ahead, Ben.
And so like you said about not building another Thanos, I guess that's true, and that's a good point. But also, like, they built Thanos up for years, and so that was just a slow build.
Sure.
This movie was very rapid.
Very fast.
Just build him up immediately and then kill him immediately. I feel like that just didn't do it justice to the character.
No, I get what you mean. Oh, believe me, then that's why I mean this movie is not perfect. You know, there's definitely issues I have with the story and what they did with it. So I mean, yeah, no, 100%. Yeah,
especially with
how
great Jonathan Majors did.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say the end credit scene where it is the 1,000 Kings, that was beautiful.
That got me hyped. I got goosebumps there. That got me hyped.
Seeing Jonathan Majors' face do like 1,000 different emotions and different conversations, different characters, different. I mean, it was so fun to see.
Very excited to see.
And so awesome to just experience that with, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But I still feel like if we theoretically do get a movie where it's just 1,000 Kangs fighting, I feel like the Kangs will
sound good.
It doesn't. It's like that's like Thanos' army, you know, when he used the Chitauri in Avengers, and then remember Rocket's like
you can't make an audience like resonate with that, or
you can't have that be your green screen army.
Yeah,
you know,
you can't.
Your CGI army that you just have. Yeah, a bunch of Kangs.
An audience can never relate's not the right word, but can never get invested in something like that. 1,000 different nameless people. You can't get invested in that. So there's got to be somewhere this is going where it's going to be different than what we're seeing right now.
Now, sure. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I just had this thought right now, and it's you have all the Avengers in the next movie. They're all doing their team up pose to sell the posters and whatnot, and then one Kang at a time fights them and they kill him, and they're exhausted. And then another one just walks through a portal.
Oh my god!
And then they kill him. And then another one walks through the portal, and they just do it like a time loop. Like
it's supposed to be just an infinite. You kill one comes back. So who knows?
That would be interesting, but knowing Marvel, if they did that, it'd be like, I'm walking on sunshine, and the King keeps coming on in, and it's just a joke the whole time.
Yeah. I did like that.
Quipping.
I liked the intro and the outro with the welcome back.
Yeah.
Him welcome
back, Carter. Yep, love that.
Him going to the coffee shop, and the guy's like, "Thank you, Spider-Man." Yeah. I was laughing like that. I like that intro and the outro. I enjoyed the movie, man.
That's crazy. You put him in a world where he's actually not here. Ant-Man's just dead. He's in this time loop.
Dude, who knows where this can go? Especially when you're talking about how all the different variants of Kang and all the things that they're able to do. Again, with He Who Remains. Who knows what can happen? And then, as Sarah was getting my attention talking about Loki, just that end credit scene with Loki, which was really cool to see. That was one of my favorite parts of it because I love that show so much. Of seeing that they reference to that show to the next season, really cool to see. And actually, this is one thing that I had sent to Ben after we watched it because this was before Javi had seen it, so I couldn't send it to him. But I sent it to Ben where I was thinking, so who is in control of the TVA? If you remember at the end of Loki, for those who don't remember, Loki comes back and it's everything is changed. It was Kang.
Yeah, Kang made Kang, the one who remains, created those fake timekeepers.
No. I'm sorry. I might miss. What I was saying was, which Kang is that? Because you see that Kang's the statue now in the TV. I get what you mean.
That's what I meant. That's what he took over.
So which Kang is it that took over that? Because that wasn't He Who Remains, because the whole point of He Who Remains was to avoid this happening. So when Sylvie killed him, whoever was able to get through and kind of take over and do whatever they're doing. So which version of Kang is that? Is that the one we saw, the Conqueror that was in the quantum realm that was exiled? Or was that another one that happens to be doing even worse stuff? We don't know. So I guess we'll get more answers when we get to Loki Season 2. But that's why I've always been on the boat, like, this is all just a facade. There's so much more to come, and this is all just like a fake out because there's some bigger, badder Kang out there, or again, just an arm. Who knows? Or maybe a trio. Who knows where they're going with it? But it can go a lot of different ways for sure.
Yeah, I think this movie did a really good job, just like giving us a lot of question marks, and setting up things. Like I feel like Thor: Love and Thunder, I feel like all these movies and previously haven't obviously set up as much, and obviously this movie had Kang, so it's gonna set up a lot. But this movie gave us so much to think about and talk about and question and stuff. So I mean, I'm excited. I mean, people say hate on the MCU right now, and obviously it's not in its prime that it was with Endgame and Infinity War, but I mean there's stuff to be excited about in the future for sure.
It ain't over. It
and
ain't over for sure.
That's why I just looked up on my phone to make sure I didn't look like a silly goose. I thought Owen Wilson's name in that show was Mordecai, but it's Morbius.
Mordecai,
yeah. So I didn't want to say. Yeah. I love when Mordecai. So I love when Morbius.
Yeah. Listen, he's so good. I'm so happy that we were blessed with Owen Wilson in the MCU because Him as Mobius. Yeah, Mobius is so
Mobius.
good.
Oh, is
it
Mobius?
Oh wait, did you say? Oh, you did say? Did you say Morbius?
Not Morbius.
Wow, it's definitely Mobius.
Like,
why did you look it up? You looked it up to get it wrong.
I looked it up so I could forget how. I looked it up so I could forget how to read. Yeah, it's Mobius.
Mobius. Mobius. Yeah.
All right. Mom. Yeah. He's mom.
So,
but I loved him saying he's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know, like that. He doesn't look so hard.
You know what? I forgot I said that. That's again. They're trying to lull us into this sense of
that's why
Ant-Man
killed him.
Wow,
that's why Ant-Man killed him.
Good, bro.
They're making us see like, what is the big deal of this guy? Let Ant-Man take care of him. It's no big deal. You know, what's the issue? Yeah. So man, they're setting us up. I really think they are.
They need to call Dr. Strange. Like, listen, Kenya's coming.
Yes.
You took care of him once.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, that would be really cool. Obviously, it would suck to see Ant-Man and the Wasp die, and that's the end of them. But that would be a really crazy.
I never want to see Paul Rudd out of the MCU.
I know. Yeah, he's great. He's a gem, man.
Even if he's like 85 and he's just like, oh hey kids,
he's always fun to have around, man. But no, that was that's kind of what the meat of everything I want to talk about with that. I know we had a couple of things we wanted to touch on, so I'll let you guys take over now for this next segment.
So we got another episode of Ben's 10.
Yes.
Where I'm going to tell you the best,
the highly acclaimed, the highly requested.
Yeah, everybody wanted it. Where I'm going to tell you the best side characters in the MCU.
Oh, great idea. Okay, yeah.
And you're going to tell me who I left off. You don't, and if you can think of anyone specifically. Okay. I mean, my list is perfect. If you don't agree, you're wrong. It's just it's not on me. But I'm gonna go from the worst of the best to the best of the best. Okay. All right. For the worst of the best, so just the lowest, we got Yondu. Okay.
Oh, Yondu, yeah.
Got to have Mary Poppins.
Great.
You know.
He's awesome.
Yondu's great.
Doesn't miss.
Yondu.
And then we got Aunt May. I love Aunt May.
Aunt May, yeah.
Maybe she's too high on my books, but I think this was a very good rendition of her.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Queen.
Yep.
And then I have Katie from Shang-Chi.
Okay.
She was such a joy to be around.
Cool.
She was.
She's funny or cringe? No.
I thought she was enjoyable. I loved her character. Clearly, I'm wrong according to you guys. No,
hey, listen.
But
this is your
my list has no wrongs.
Wait, are you talking about? You're talking about the new Aunt May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Aunt May. Rest in peace.
Okay.
There's only one Aunt May, Javi.
I'm talking about Uncle Ben Aunt May. You know what I'm saying? Okay. She said the words and.
Because obviously, the best Aunt May is Tobey Maguire's Aunt May.
Oh, well, that's true. Because technically that is all of them are the MCU now. Oh crap! Yeah, no, you got to.
They are MCU.
I'm sorry, Marissa Thompson or Tomei.
Marissa Tomei. Marissa Tomei. Aunt May. Yeah, that's true. Good point, Javi.
Sorry, guys.
That's my favorite. I don't know which one. I
don't know how to read today. All right, well, that's fine. The next, I got M'Baku in there. I love M'Baku. He steals the show the whole way.
He's awesome. Great.
After him, we got Jimmy Woo.
I love Jimmy Woo, man.
You know, I mean, every time
he's been in a lot.
Good. I was so happy to see him back in this movie. Them getting lunch together.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Love Jimmy Woo, man.
Now the next couple were really tough for me to put who's above who, but my final ranking, Korg.
Of course, love Korg. Yep.
I mean, Taika Waititi, fantastic job playing Korg in his own movies. And then Korg. The GOAT. My biggest problem with Ant-Man.
Yes.
Lewis was not in this movie.
I don't know how they don't bring him back.
Oh, wow.
Michael Pena is the greatest side character in the MCU. Yeah. There is I will not take any other.
I can listen to him tell stories all day, man.
Wow, why did we not get a story?
That's why the critics destroyed it. They said, "Where's Michael Pena? This movie's a 40. It's certifiably rotten."
Oh my god.
It's like Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, 4 out of 10, not enough Lewis.
Yep, not enough Lewis.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That's what it was missing.
They gotta have more planned for him. There's no way he's done unless Michael Pena. I haven't heard anything about him not wanting to be in these anymore, but there's no way that they won't take advantage of such a fan favorite character.
It makes me so mad. I've been saving his name the entire time we've been talking about it because I was like, I'm gonna just unload at the end because
that's my chance.
This was the worst part of the movie.
Get my word out.
Michael Pena was not in it. That's how I feel. Clearly, y'all don't agree with Katie, but I think you're wrong. Go rewatch the movie. And I love Aunt May. Now there are obviously a lot of good side characters that I left off. You know, you have Wong and Okoye, Maria Hill, Heimdall. I mean, there's a bunch more. Obviously, every single movie has them.
Every single one has them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the ones that are the most memorable, the ones I listed.
No, I love it.
Order.
I love it. That was a great list. That was a great another great rendition of Ben's 10.
Ben's 10.
Often duplicated, never replicated. I think that's how the phrase goes. All right, Javi. I think Javi has something for us too.
Before I get into my segment, well, what do you guys think of all these like child prodigies in the MC? Because like, let me bring you back because Cassie developed this Hubble telescope that's able to see into the quantum realm, just like in her basement. Like she's as smart as Iron Man, basically. Yep. And then talking about in Wakanda Forever, you have Ironheart, who was able to make an Iron Man suit just like Iron Man. So you have all these like, I guess
she's supposed to be smarter.
Characters.
I think she's supposed to be smarter than Iron Man. I think in the comics. So it's crazy. I don't know what they're feeding these kids.
They're bringing up all these like these new characters, these child prodigies that are just like. They're just geniuses out of nowhere, but I just thought that was.
We should have ate our veggies.
Funny.
I know we did something wrong.
We wouldn't be talking about these movies. We'd be making them.
We could have been in the quantum realm right now. But all right,
you're right. They have like a whole Young Avengers cast.
No, they're building up to it. It's gonna happen.
But I will say, I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure they're like almost all women. I can't think of any young boy Avengers like kids.
One is kids.
Okay, yeah. Are they real?
Wiccan and Speed.
They're not real in our universe.
They're not real, though.
Counts.
Okay.
Counts.
Yeah, I mean, we have, Kate Bishop.
Tell Wanda they're not real.
They did.
Look how that went for them.
But they told her.
Look how that ended up. No, they didn't spend all that time building them up, showing their powers to not use them. So they're gonna show back up again.
We have T'Challa Jr.
T'Challa Jr. Oh, another one too.
Go. But he's not.
I think he's supposed to be Patriot or something like that. In the the Winter Soldier, do you remember the guy that was Captain America along? Oh no, he wasn't Captain America, but he got his
grandson.
His grandson, yes, the guy that in the movie that they meet, the older guy that got the serum, and he was he was treated really poorly. He had a bad upbringing or bad life. His grandson is being said to be Patriot. I'm sure there's more that we're not thinking of. Mm-hmm. The kid from Iron Man 3. I bet you can see.
Somebody?
Well,
it's been so long. He was at the funeral. I know.
Like, why would they bring him back for that? That's a really weird thing to bring back because what's funny is no one knew who that was.
Yeah.
No one watching the movie knew who that was. Everyone found out afterwards. It's been so long. Everyone found out afterwards. So I could see him coming back in some way, but I mean, they have a lot to work with. They got a couple of ways they can go with it, but we'll see.
And you guys' thoughts on New World Order? It literally just started shooting. Captain America: New World Order. So that just started shooting literally, I think, this week.
He's gonna be the new leader of the Avengers. I'm calling it.
Yeah, right. Can't be anyone else.
It has to be him. So I'm all for.
It's kind of wild because he was a sidekick.
Wilson.
Literally, he was just a sidekick, and now he's thrust into.
Now is he gonna keep powers? Is he gonna keep his Falcon wings?
Yeah, because he had him in his new suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to.
Well, I mean,
that's him not having the super soldier serum.
Can we not give him the serum? I mean,
he doesn't want it.
His identity. He doesn't want it.
No, guys. Here's what happens in New World Order.
You remember?
Here's what happens in New World Order. I'm going to spill the plot right now.
I kind of wish he
had. Government breaks into his house while he's sleeping. Gives him drugs.
They drug him.
I didn't want this. And he becomes Captain America.
They roofie him and just force him to take the powers.
Bro, hey, you don't know.
They forced him.
But,
now,
hey. What? Go ahead, man.
Remember James, I think his name was, Captain America, the one that they tried to cast when Anthony Mackie and Falcon said no.
In the Falcon Winter Soldier.
The Falcon Winter Soldier show. What's the guy? Is he dead? Did they kill him?
No, he's going to be in. But you mean the guy that's the bad Captain America, right?
The wrong Captain Wrong.
John Walker.
John Walker.
John Walker, not James.
He's gonna be in the Thunderbolts, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think he's one of the guys there. Basically, Marvel's Suicide Squad.
Marvel's C-list heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they can make a worse movie than the first Suicide Squad.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Yeah. They got
Which made me sad.
They got the blueprint of what not to do.
Come on, Will Smith.
We'll see. I'm excited. But we can jump into the first iteration, first ever segment of Javi's Gotta Ask. Man, I just gotta ask you guys these questions. These are some great questions. I'm excited to get your take on this. Okay, jumping right into it. First question is, would you rather have the MCU erased from your memory so you can watch Endgame again, you can watch Infinity War again, you can watch all these movies for the first time again, okay? So would you rather have the MCU erased from your memory or have a DCU that is just as good as the Marvel MCU? Okay, so you're talking about multiple Flash movies, multiple Batman movies, multiple Justice League movies, okay? You're talking about over 20 movies, all right? So you're talking about over 20 movies that are like great, awesome, so you can see all this new stuff, or would you rather watch MCU all over again?
All right, we're going to say it on 3.
We're ready.
Go ahead, Ben. Count us down.
DCU. Easy.
Okay,
bro.
wow. You guys think about that.
I already have my as soon as you said it, I was like, I already have my feelings of Marvel. They still live in there in infamy. Okay, I'd much rather have a good DC movie universe because then Marvel will get better because they have to. Because then it won't be the next Marvel movie; it'll be the next DC movie.
And when you think about it, DC has 2 of the top 3 superheroes.
Yeah.
Superman and Batman, and of course the third one is Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I definitely thought you were gonna say Batman and Green Arrow. You know.
Sorry, I forgot about him. Yeah, Hawkeye. Green Arrow and Hawkeye.
I hate Superman.
But
I hate Superman so much.
I get it.
I hate him.
I get it. I think it's just
he's the worst superhero ever made.
It's just how you do it. It's just how he's done.
I would rather watch a 6-hour movie on Hawkeye
good way to do him
than a 45-minute episode.
There's a lot of Superman lovers,
and I mean, I guess I'm a Hawkeye fan, so that's not a good
Man
comparison.
of Steel is very, very loved. People love Man of Steel.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Very, very. But no, I think, and I remember I said this on one of the other episodes that DC, it's a pretty common knowledge that DC has a better roster of superheroes than Marvel. So I think if DC had what Marvel did, or not had, but they executed the same way, who knows what we could have had, because they could have done some damage with the characters that they have. I would have loved to have seen that, man. Hopefully we get it one day.
Hopefully we get it, and then
Hopefully James Gunn has it getting started, but I would love to see it because I know DC like that
is too overpowered. It's not
Superman
right.
Rant.
No, it has to happen. Okay, let me give this guy every single power I can think of, and then he's allergic to getting stoned. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous. And the fact that it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Call Superman, and literally it's over. And then the fact that, and even in the Justice League movie, he 1v7s the whole Justice League and wins.
Mm-hmm. That was a cool scene, though.
I mean, okay, I guess.
I like that.
Still, I just think that's ridiculous that you have someone that overpowered.
Did you guys?
At least with the Hulk, they have ways to stop him, kind of. And then Thor, I don't know. The Hulk and Thor fight, they kind of like hold each other off.
Yeah.
Iron Man was able to kind of tame Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing you can do to Superman unless you have an abundance of kryptonite. And I know Batman v Superman. Batman actually normally wins because Superman's a Boy Scout.
Prep time,
and
baby.
Batman will kill you.
Yep.
Prep time.
I mean, I guess he won't kill you according to some versions of him, but versions he will beat you.
He'll just break every bone in your body to get information.
Yeah.
That's it. But you'll be breathing.
I don't. That's why Superman just bothers me.
What were you gonna ask, Robert?
I don't remember. What was I gonna ask?
You were like, did you guys see the Snyder Cut? I feel like that's what you were gonna
ask. Wow, yes, you read my mind. Yeah,
did
you guys see the Snyder Cut?
Of Justice League? Yes. Batman versus Superman, no.
No, Justice League. Yeah, because
You've never seen Batman v Superman, Ben?
We don't.
Not the Snyder Cut.
We don't talk about we don't talk about Batman v Superman.
Martha,
wow,
how do you know that name?
No, the Justice. Yeah, the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which is like a 4 or 5 hour movie. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
No, it's really
I
good.
really like that. It's a shame that we didn't get that. Now, of course, it's like, how can you release it in theaters? We would have had to cut something out. But even if it was part 1 and part 2, it's a shame because that if they would have released it like that, that could have saved it. That could have saved what they tried to do.
I do hate the fact that James Gunn is gonna have to come in here and get rid of the characters they've already established and put new ones in. That's gonna be a bad transition. But once it's over, I'm sure. I hope it can pick up. And also, I hope James Gunn can be Kevin Feige.
We believe
sure.
in
we like
if he can figure it out, why not? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I hear you, but this is a tall order.
It is, yes.
And I mean, I will say, outside of Javi, some people
I don't envy him.
Weren't the biggest fans of the second Guardians movie.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's good,
my gosh,
but
stop.
I'm just saying. If
I had to have a talk with Robert about that before he left. Literally,
I rewatched it on my flight home, Javi. I
really?
rewatched it. I downloaded just to rewatch it. And I tell you what, for everything that it does wrong, one of the moments at the end, which is probably one of my favorite moments of the MCU, is when in Yondu's funeral, when all the other Ravagers come to give him the proper.
Yeah.
Funeral and the show. Yeah, dude, what a great emotional moment, and to just see Kraglin's reaction, him screaming at the top of his lungs, so happy that they came by to see him and actually got his funeral.
Yeah, it was so beautiful,
dude. I was almost crying on the plane, and I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But it is such a good scene. So that is something that I'll stick with. That's one of my favorite moments from the MCU. So. It has that going for it, but watching it again, and I think I feel about the same about it.
It's all right. It's good. It's not great.
The ending of that movie I really like.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I'd give it at least an 8 or 9. I think it's a great movie. But I mean, going back to the question, I mean, you guys were quick with that. I thought you guys would have to think about that.
No, that was easy.
Seeing, I mean, Avengers Assemble, seeing Captain America, wield Mjolnir again, like seeing all that. Yeah. I mean, I thought that would have you guys, but this
way I get double of the moments.
That memory's still in my brain.
Yeah, I still got to keep that.
And then B, we get a good DCU. Who knows? Maybe we'll stop talking about Marvel so much. We'll talk about DC more.
Switch it
up.
And
then in like 7-8 years, I go back and watch Endgame, and I'm just like, wow, it's been so long since I've seen this, and I get to almost relive it. It won't be the same, of course, but
do we have time for one more? Javi's got to ask.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We can sneak one in real quick.
Well, Javi's got to ask. Who would win in a race? Flash?
Oh my God.
Or don't answer before I say this, but or Flash or Batman. But Batman has hear me out. Batman has unlimited prep time.
Wait, I think
everything good? What happened?
Hold on, the video.
Oh, you good?
Video stopped for a second.
You good?
I don't know why.
I'll re-ask. Where did it stop though?
I'm just gonna. No, I mean because the audio will be fine. The video will just be gone for a little bit.
Okay.
But we'll just keep going.
Yeah, that's why I've been like standing up to check if it's still recording every few minutes.
No, you're good. Yeah, I don't know why I just stopped recording.
Right,
That's so weird.
I'll ask again. I want your same reactions. Okay, good reaction.
Yeah.
All right, so who would win in a race? Flash
okay.
or Batman? But Batman has unlimited prep time. Okay, and before you answer,
he has time to prepare.
Before you answer, I said before you answer, man. Before you answer,
I'm sorry, I stopped.
Batman obviously is this genius. He has a plan to defeat every single Justice League member. Okay, he can beat the most powerful superhero, Batman, like that with some prep time. Okay, so you don't think that in a race, Batman has a limited prep time. He can't set up traps. He can't, know the course and find a way to slow down Flash, find a way to stop him somehow. With Batman with a limited prep time, I heard this question on TikTok from the Escape Podcast. Shout out the Escape Podcast. They brought up this question, and I was like, wow. At first, obviously, you want to say the Flash. But then you think about it, and Batman with the limited prep time, he can figure out where the race is at. I mean, he can figure out ways to stop him, set traps, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I'd have to side with Batman. I want to know your guys' thoughts on it.
Go first.
100% Batman.
Wow.
Batman, not only could he do all that stuff you said, Javi, all he had to do is just take a weekend, and he can figure out how to replicate what Barry did to get into the Speed Force.
Oh no. Wow!
No.
Spend a weekend. He can crack news. He can crack the. He can crack the code.
No, he can't.
Make lightning hit or whatever happened.
I'm gonna tell you why he can't.
And he'll get all his powers. Why can't he?
Yeah, why can't he? Because Barry can run through time. You know who would love to go through time? Batman, so he can have freaking parents.
Oh my
Can't
God.
do it. It would have been done. It would have been done. He would have done it.
So your argument is?
I'm arguing if he could, he would have.
If he could have, he would have.
Boom. So, can Batman beat the Flash in a race where Batman makes the course? Of course. I mean, yeah, obviously. Yeah, of course. Because if Batman with prep time can apparently beat Superman, which means he can outrun the Flash in a race.
How dare you talk about Batman's
for sure.
dead parents? You better be careful tonight walking home, bro.
But listen, the real question is who would win in a race? The Green Hornet Or no, I'm sorry. Damn it. The Green Arrow or Hawkeye?
Green Arrow or Hawkeye? I'd love to see that.
As much as I love Hawkeye, I'd probably have to
with
Green Arrow.
With their bows, with all their gadgets and everything? Because they might just be shooting
And they both have prep
like,
time.
They both have prep time.
They both have unlimited prep time, yeah.
That's tough, bro.
That's so good. No, I'm pretty sure. I feel like most of at least in the portrayals we've gotten, I feel like Green Arrow's always been a more athletic build.
Yeah, no,
I mean, even if you just go from Stephen Amell to Jeremy Renner, I think
easily.
Steven's got that one.
He's got like 20 years on him.
Yeah, you know. Now maybe that's not fair.
Yeah.
Shout out
from the show Arrow.
But I love that show. But
I loved it for like 3.5 seasons.
I thought.
Then it went
I thought
right off the
consensus.
cliff.
I thought after talking to you guys would side Batman, but that's okay if you side Flash.
Yeah.
I think.
We both sided
you
Batman. I mean, he gets to make the course.
No, I mean I didn't say he makes course. Like they're racing, and obviously like he has time to prepare.
If he's got prep time, that means he knows where they're racing, and that means if he doesn't know where they're racing until the race,
figure it out with his prep time.
I think Flash got it.
Point. Yeah. So. But that's it. Those are my two questions. That's Javi's got to ask for this week.
Because if I was Flash and I'm racing Batman, I'm not running to the finish line. I'm running backwards. I'll let Batman get the head start, and then I'm gonna figure it out.
Probably has a plan for that too, man. He's got something.
He's running backwards to kill his parents again.
Oh God.
Yeah, him and reverse Flash gonna go
work together. Yeah,
tag team murder his parents.
Well, there you have it.
Well, I think that was a good episode, boys.
Man.
Yeah,
I think we got a lot accomplished there.
So but Batman cannot get the Flash's powers. So theory confirmed.
Whatever you say.
Yeah. What have he could have?
Yeah.
I mean,
theory debunked. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
All right, boys. Well, oi.
We'll see you all next week.
Next week. Oi.